Hello, welcome to Eat, Sleep, Fudgy, Repeat, and you join us, of course, in a pub.
Cheers. Yes, where else would you want to go and talk about Welsh football?
It's a good pub. It's the Urban Tap House. We're in Cardiff City Centre, courtesy of the good guys at Tiny Rebel Brewery. Thank you very much. We're a warm welcome, and a cold beer is absolutely fantastic for our needs this evening.
Yes, although I'm not really sure about your beer, Al, I'll be honest with you.
It's a fruity little number, quite literally. It's got mango, guava, and orange in it, I believe.
It's a very modern world.
What have you got?
Very modern world. I've got a hoppy little number, at least that's what I asked for. I don't actually know what it's called.
I think you've got Fug Life.
Fug Life.
Yeah.
I think that suits me.
Yeah. Why do you carry that swagger into the rest of the programme and tell us what's coming up?
Well, first of all, we're going to have Carl Robinson Part 2, where we talk to Carl all about the Toshack era and how he helped bring through the golden generation. He's a proper hero, mate, Carl. Anyway, that's part 2 of our chat with him.
Also, I've been freezing my nuts off, but all for a good cause, because I've been to my first ever Women's Welsh Premier League game. It was Cardiff Met Ladies versus Aberystwyth Town Ladies, and we're going to find out how they got on. And
of course, we have the return of Blowing Their Barry Horns. We've got an absolute cracker and some really good stuff. Some stuff that you guys have sent through to us, so thanks very much for that, and keep it coming as well.
Indeed. A lot of a Robert Earnshaw this week, actually.
We could just do a whole...
Well worth it, an entire Blowing Their Barry Horns with Robert Earnshaw, but nope, we've got other stuff as well. Let's start at the beginning then.
Yeah, Carl Robinson, Part 2.
This is Wales.
Was it always something you always wanted to do, management?
It was, yeah. Even when I started playing it, I probably preferred the management side of it. And from 23, 24 years of age when I joined Portsmouth from Wolverhampton Wanderers, I knew I wanted to be a manager.
Well, when sort of said I was going to come and possibly interview you and chatting with the guys in the pub, and they were like, do you know what? I could see it, the way you stayed with the team, that sort of end of the John Toshack era.
Yep.
And sort of almost facilitated. Is that a fair sort of comment?
Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head. I wasn't the most talented player.
We used to love you in the
I just knew my role and responsibility, and I knew what I was good at and what I wasn't. And I supplemented the very attacking, talented players we had.
Yes.
Like this gentleman behind me. So it was important. But when John came in, obviously a number of senior players decided to retire and wanted to retire for whatever reason. I didn't. I wanted to learn from a legend, ex Real Madrid manager, Liverpool.
So you hell of a character.
Yeah, totally. And with all managers, you'll find that they have good points and bad points, and it's important you learn from the good ones and let out the bad ones that you don't agree with. And Tosh was great for me. I've got so much respect for John.
What did you learn from Tosh then?
I just think the professionalism. If you look at actually the way we played, there was a transition of players, and it's easy to jump on the bandwagon and criticise people, managers when they're in that position. But with a number of key top players retiring or not wanting to play for John, then I did, because we had a new breed of young ones coming through. So he actually moulded into Welsh football, I believe, what was the new generation, and with that takes time. So for the 2+ years that he was in charge, there was ups and downs, but his professionalism, his attention to detail, his tactical knowledge of the game was phenomenal. The difference probably John had was the Welsh players at that time weren't as good as the Real Madrid players when he won the La Liga. So I think the people who are brutally honest will admit that, and now they are, because we have a Real Madrid player from Wales, so it's great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so what was it, do you remember sort of seeing those guys, the Joe Ledleys, and coming onto their training field and coming into the squads? And I remember Joe as a slip of a lad at Cardiff,
Yeah, listen, there was a lot of talented young players coming through. Joe Allen, Joe Ledley. Aaron Ramsey was a 15-year-old boy, I think, when he came into the squad, 16-year-old. And, part of the reason I stayed with the squad was because I wanted to try and show them a little bit of leadership and not to take over their positions. I knew there would be a time when, they surpassed me, and they did, but I still continued with John and Roy for the last year to learn. But it got to a stage then, I didn't want to come on for 15-20 minutes at the end of games and, allow then some experience for other younger players for them to miss out on, because it's not about any individual, it's about the team, and it was about the country. And John still allowed me to come in, which was great.
See, that's what Carl was all about. It was all about the passion, the pride of playing for Wales. He just would give everything. It was one of my favourite players, I'll be honest with you. Not ability-wise, there were better players, but he just gave everything for the ship.
Right, so he was a bit rubbish, but he tried really hard.
It's putting words in my mouth, that's not what I said. He had great ability, he was a top bloke. Anyway, let's talk about your freezing nuts.
Let's indeed. Actually, no, let's gloss over that. So this month we're doing as much as we can to delve into the women's side of the game in Wales and find out what's going on there. So I went to my first ever Women's Welsh Premier League game over the weekend. Cardiff Met ladies versus Aberystwyth Town ladies. Let's find out how they got on.
This is Wales.
This is Sophie Scherschel? Scherschel. Sophie isn't playing at the moment because...
Ruptured ACL.
Ow. And where are we at?
We're running,
Well done.
doing bits and pieces,
Yeah.
just lots of rehab in the gym,
Yeah.
trying to strengthen it, and then
It's really boring.
so boring, yeah.
Gary here is he's a dad of one of the which one do you're the Katie who's the
Katie Christopher, the goalie.
for Aberystwyth ladies. Gary, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not going terribly well at the moment.
No, she made a lot of good mistakes, and she's also made some very good saves.
What sort of mood is she going to be in on the journey home?
Quiet. That's always guaranteed. If she loses, she's going to be quiet.
Okay. Is that a good thing though?
That's a good thing. I can put my vibes on the stereo.
I think it went rather well today.
Yeah, definitely. We obviously wanted to get the win. We secured that within the first half.
How many did you get?
Only one, which
Just
is
the
terrible
one?
for a striker.
What were you doing?
I don't know. Running around aimlessly, I think.
I don't think that's very fair.
Assisting.
Assisting. There was a lot of assisting.
There was a lot of assisting.
Every single game in the Welsh Premier League is difficult, but when you travel away, 2 hours travelling, and especially with just one player on the bench, it's just going to be difficult.
So cold. So cold.
Mate, I was cold watching.
But I don't know whether you noticed, right?
Go on.
Half-time team talk on the pitch.
Yeah,
all right, on the pitch,
yeah.
Premier League big boys. Just saying.
True story. Yeah, if you want to go and check out some of the Welsh Premier Women's League football, go and search that on the internet and you'll find that. In fact, why don't we put it here? Should we put it here?
It's probably just right there
Put it just
somewhere.
there. Yeah.
Still haven't got it, have you?
No. Oh.
There. Just like that. Oh,
Just like that.
wait. What's that I hear? I think it might be the sound of a blowing horn.
Time for blowing their Barry horns.
It's been an absolute belter of a week social media-wise, and our highlights start with a man renowned for a volley. Mark Hughes' goal against Spain is etched into Welsh footballing folklore, and as podcast pal Droid pointed out, he can still catch the sweet spot well into retirement.
Yes, go on, Sparky. Always one of my favourites when I was a kid. Okay, so last week we were all drowning in egg as Wales took on England. Thankfully, though, Retro Wales pulled out this beauty from back in the day. I'm pretty sure that Barry and Gareth are saying, "You don't have to edit, John."
Now for two beauties from football clubs that look after our lads during the club break. First of all, here's a cracker of a photo of Tom Lawrence and Emyr Hughes celebrating a Hughes goal against Villa. So good to see the lads bang in form and seemingly loving their football.
And if it wasn't enough to have two of our lads bang in form, there was the sound of the Irish nation's bums getting twitchy this week as Real Madrid posted this little video of our Gareth. Yeah, just gonna leave this here.
Yes, Gareth. Very good. Very good. Well done, Gareth.
Now, how much do you love football? No, how much do you really love football? How far will you go in your passionate support of your club? Well, a blinking long way is the answer when it comes to the Cornelli United Ultras. Well, here they are, away at Kevin in the Welsh Senior League Cup. Go on, lads.
That's the way we like it.
And we end blowing their Barry horns with a man that this segment could have been made for. Robert Earnshaw with another pearl of wisdom from Vancouver. I think what we really need to do is just have an entire Ernie episode of Ernie counting to 1,000. It'll be brilliant. Don't worry, it will be brilliant. What a ledge.
I love Rob Earnshaw.
I love Rob Earnshaw.
I love Rob Earnshaw more now than when he was a player.
I just think we should do a whole show on Rob Earnshaw wisdoms.
We should go see him. We should go see Rob Earnshaw. I imagine him on like a Canadian mountaintop, in like a hut, just dispensing wisdom to everyone.
Amazing. I've got a bit of wisdom for you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's almost the end of the Premier League break.
Oh, my word. Which means the international window is about to open once again.
It's almost time for Dublin.
We are so excited.
Yes, we've booked a ferry.
We have. We've done more than that. We booked a room. No, not that. No, we booked a room here at the Urban Tap House in Cardiff.
Yeah.
On March the 16th, we're doing a big Q&A with people.
Yes, TBC. We've got irons in fires. A few people are yes and no's, but it's going to be a great event.
It is.
So stay across our social media channels, and we will bring you more news on that as we get it. And as ever, guys, it's the weekly appeal, right?
It is.
Time for likes, shares, retweets, whatever you can give us. Spread the love, man. Spread the love.
All you need is love.
Yes, and a win in Ireland. In fact, you need a win in Ireland more than love. I'll go for the win in Ireland.
I love a win in Ireland.
Let's go for love the win in Ireland.
From us at the Urban Tap House. Ta-da.